I'm going to put the... You're going to see double chat because I'm going to put the desktop on. There you go. Nope. Why are you capturing that? Should have been capturing that. There you go. So now, if I click that, there you go. Right, so you're going to have double chat, but don't worry about that. So, when you were saying check the settings in here, what are we looking for? Hands-off detection that will beep at you. That sounds like a Tesla. So is it this that we want to be playing with, or some of this? Show export settings, set it on. What do you mean? Oh, sorry, that bit. There we go. Overall strength 71, 7.8. Bump stop feels soft. I don't like that soft feel. I think we're going medium on that. Bump stop range 900 degrees, lock to lock. Talk bandwidth limit 2200 hertz. Is that a good hertz? Yeah, I didn't want to start this too high. I was kind of wanting to bring it up bit by bit. I don't know what's a good setting for a SimuCube 2 Pro. Inertia. Maybe I need a bit more inertia. Because it moves very, very quickly. So is that like a friction thing or an inertia thing? What was the final of the Fanatec? I think it was like 6 from. Oh, is it 8-ish? Yeah, that's maximum though, isn't it? Direct input effect tuning. That's a lot of options. Go for 15, Antonio. Why? 15 is really strong, dude. Well, I'd love to say I trust you, but you're on the internet right now, and there's a lot of people on the internet who would suggest things for a laugh, for giggles. So, since I don't want my arm breaking by this wheel, I'd rather notch it up slightly, because I know nothing about you, no offense. I can't trust random people in chat over the internet. Use your black box in game to set your force feedback. So 50% on this would be 12.5 Newton meters. So we try that. We'll leave that on medium. Do you think inertia is going to be this stuff here? That's going to be the weight of the wheel resisting movement, isn't it? I might bring that up a little bit. Damping 15% friction. Damping 15%. Where are you getting these numbers from? Friction 31. Inertia 36. Yikes. Force reduction 12%. Slew off latency 20%. Slew off latency 20%. Overall force 100% of your setting. Where are you getting slew off latency? You mean the slew rate or something else? Where are you getting slew off latency from? Inertia speeds up the wheel rotation on its own. Press the torque button on and off again after you change settings. Why? Slew rate go to max. Remove all direct input. It's better only use the effects of iRacing. That's all this stuff, is it? Well, I will at some point, Sherlock, yeah. Should we go with that for now then? So you're saying I should hit this button and then turn it off again? What does that do? I've got it on 50% power at the moment. I'm gonna... That's 12.5 Newton meters. So in here, we need to tell it that it can do, say, 13. I don't know what we want this in. Yeah, there's a bit more weight into that now. Oh, that's... That's like... I'm getting a workout, boys. Oh my god. Change what in our racing, but... Oh my god. Oh my... I need to dial something down here. Maybe just pull the strength down a little bit. What you do notice coming from the belt drive is the way... I can't describe it. It's like some of the stuff that you feel. Well, that's quite weak now. No, this is... Like, turning into the corner is quite strong. But on the straight, it's not. What do you mean, pups? Which black box can do the power? Oh, down the bottom though. I need to map some buttons in iRacing. The black box auto strength doesn't even work until you've done a lap anyway. Feels like people suggesting stuff randomly. What you mean, if you change things in the black box, it doesn't change it until you've done a lap? Is that what you're saying? Hang on, I need to do some controls. All my controls are completely wrong. When you say go to 12, do you mean on the strength? You mean this? Wheel force 12. Oh, this? Well, it was on 12.5, wasn't we? Some people suggest use the auto force feedback from black box, but it takes up about a lap to auto generate it. Right. Okay. Did it say this one was a pit stop button? I can't remember. This was the one that flashes when it's toggled. Strength is wrong, but you need to drive a few meters for auto calculator. Yeah, I don't think I'd want to use auto if I'm honest. Where's the pit stop? Pit limiter. Try that. That's not flashing. To restart our race after it became disconnected. Oh, do you? Why, to get the display back? Because there's like the stuff here, but there's no telemetry at the moment. JAJTV, Demon tweets, hi. Thank you for 8 months. Ooh. I didn't feel the car going then, it just went. Click on alt. What, is that what it thinks? Is that what it thinks we should be on? Force feedback's clipping, so you're getting forced out definition. Yeah, I can't watch that up there. Maybe Auto's fixed that now. Oh, I could feel that rumble. When you go over rumble strips, it's like way more definition. That's unbelievable. Could increase the sympathy force and lower the strength to stop flipping. Is it clipping when I go around corners then? Echolos, thank you for 67. Retro Neutron, thank you for 8. Just hit the red sign. So back in this thing, if we up this, what do you think? 15 more? 100%. Dude. I don't want my arms breaking. In racing, set it to 5. Go max in software and adjust it in iRacing. Right, so you want me to put it all the way up to 25 Newton meters of torque. Okay. Don't go to 100%. He's telling me to go to 100%. Right, so if we save that. What's the idea of pressing this button though every time? What's all that about? Right, so in this we now need to say the wheel force is in fact 25 Newton meters, and then bring this down to what? You run your SimuCube at 17, wheel force at 17, and adjust each car's max force as needed. I'm guessing you do what Sim Gamer Nerd does and use custom for each car, right? Click on the word strength. Oh yeah, I remember this. I remember this. This is the most annoying thing in UI I've ever seen. You've got a text label that you click and it changes. And you would never know. That just blows my mind, that. Because then you think, well, what else is clickable? Just to 70. So like that. Oh, yes. It's less is more, isn't it? This way is more. So there you go, 70. How's that? You can click off the use linear mode to see maximum Newton meters used. Click everything to make sure. I just want to click all the things. Right, click done. Click test. Okay. 6K, here we come. You first, dude. Probably gonna have to push my seat back a touch at some point. This comes out further now. Oh my God. You have headroom on the force feedback. What's the one above it? The P. I can't remember what the P is. Page 4. That's bizarre. It feels so different. It almost feels like it's twisting you that way. It's kind of weird. Tell you what, the back end steps out and you don't feel anything. It kind of worries me slightly. It's something not right there. When the back end goes, it just goes. I've got some headroom. You use the black button press to step it up for back. What, as in the max force feedback? It's crazy. Like, I can't describe it. You can definitely feel stuff that I couldn't feel before. PJTR, thank you, 42. I want to get this display working. I think I have to restart iRacing. the display for this? I've lost a bit of software now. Application already running. What is it then? Put it in the tray. Let's go back. This thing here, Ultimate Gamer Tech. This is the thing that's running the. It's recognized iRacing, but under input devices, it says I should see the Cube Controls GTX, and I don't see it. Yeah, I don't know, Sim Gaming Nerd. Having literally just been driving a belt-driven wheel for 2 years and then jump onto this, you just notice things now that you didn't have before. There's more kind of definition. It's kind of hard to describe. Like going over the rumble strips, it just feels like you're going over rumble strips. Whereas before, it was a bit more subdued. And if I restart this thing, I completely close it. There we go. Restart it and see what happens. Ah, there it is. It's there now. Sorry, Alex. I promise to tell you how rubbish it is, Alex. So this is. I have no idea what's going on here. This is obviously input button mapping stuff. No, I don't want that. What about that one? Okay, no idea how to use this. Mappings. What's this? So I presume this is mapping buttons on here to control things in the display, maybe? I'm going to have to watch an entire video on how to use this. Settings. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Layouts that will be used in this setting. Available layouts. Drop here to remove from list. Yeah, but Alex, what's going to happen, mate, when you get a SimuCube? What am I going to do then? I'm going to have to, like, buy harnesses for my rig and a racing helmet or something. And a full flame-proof racing suit just to outdo you. Speed. I'm happy with that one for now. Load settings from iRacing, all cars. Okay. So if we go with that now, I reckon, if I test drive this time, I reckon it might display something here. Let's see what happens. So if I want to see it from that point of view, that's what we're doing at the moment. Buy a 911, gut it, and put a roll cage in and race the rig. Yeah, I could buy a 911 and then just put an entire, or put all my rig into it, just to outdo Alex. Hello, dear. Tea break? What do you mean? No, I'd like a cup of tea though. We just got to the point where we're actually testing it now. It's tiny. What, you mean this? This is not tiny. Hang on a minute. How can this... No, this is like the one I had before. Are you trying to tell me that's tiny compared to that? Well, no, that's a different story. So that's my old wheel for trucking, and this is my new one. Huh? Did you just wave for the camera? You did, didn't you? I saw that. What do you want? You want some of my lunch? Haven't even eaten my skips yet? Go on then. That's fine. I'll eat later. Well, you made it. Don't need to look at it funny like that. You remember when Quirk got his Gomez racing thing? It was too big for his tiny hands. He'd have been perfect with this wheel. Apparently this wheel's tiny. It's showing the gear number. It's got the speed, RPM. So it's definitely got stuff going on. I need to map a button to make it change page, I guess. However, it's not displaying telemetry. Yeah, no, he sent it back to Gomez, and Gomez basically made him a smaller one, I think. A small hands edition. Oh, he returned it and bought an Ashley. Oh. That didn't know. Yeah, this is not displaying telemetry data. I've got no RPM gauge or anything, so something's not connecting here with iRacing. How different does it feel? I can't... Put it this way. You can kind of feel notches in the road now that you couldn't feel before. Whereas before you'd be driving over stuff. If there's a little... just a little something in the road, you get to feel it. I felt it that time. Oh, you can definitely feel it. Ooh, that's strong. You can see on the right it sets a maximum of, I think we put it on maximum in the Cinecube software, but then we told it to be maximum 75 something. Oh yes. I'm probably going to put the stop down here where my right foot is, yeah. I'm probably going to have it so I can just move my foot over and hit it. Let it go off the wheel when you're losing the car, it also self-corrects. What do you mean? Do you mean when the back end's going, just let go of the wheel? Like that. Moochie, thank you for 15 minutes. White Boy, thanks for 11. Looking forward to getting your direct driver in a couple of months. Noise. I'd say at the moment, the strength feels about right. So it feels It's not like having to work really hard. It just feels nice. I'm amazed how much detail you can feel in the actual wheel. Like every single bump you can feel. The only thing I'm wondering, because like when you lose the back end, you don't feel it going as much. I'm wondering if I've got a setting wrong. If that makes sense. Like if I do, I'll try and push the back end like that. Exactly. Something's not. It feels like something's not quite right. I don't feel like I can feel the car going enough to sort of think, oh, I need to correct that. It's just some kind of setting isn't quite right, but I don't know. But actually driving it feels so nice. What about these two? Are these correct for what we want? There's like all these settings here. Yeah, I don't know. What do you do for these settings here, Sim Gamer Nerd? Do you have this on 0 and 0, or do you do something about that? Damping and friction inertia, put them on. Well, these? What, turn these off completely? And just let iRacing do it. Let's copy that. Go iRacing 2, so we've got a backup of that. And we'll try this off, off, off. What about this ultra low latency mode? Should that be there, or should that be off as well? What about these two? Constantly operating filters, direct input effect tuning. Direct input 0% for iRacing. Is that these? So these should be on 0. Or like all of these should be on 0. Have yours on 0. Something like that. Try that. said he keep on the turbulent cameras quite a bit dropping down. It definitely feels more... It feels a lot more responsive now. Like, I feel like... I don't know. It feels like it's reacting to everything I do now. Now, the Fanatec used to do that as well. Yeah, it feels more immediate. That was the word I was looking for. I feel like I know what the car's doing now, way more than I could before. Oh god. Yeah. This, you see that then? I knew that was coming. That back end was going and I felt it straight away this time, whereas before I didn't. Because it was like dampened out or something. Whereas now it's like, yeah, it's going. Yeah, you can literally feel it going there. That's insane. No, this whole display's not working yet. I don't know why. But this setup feels way better. Oh my god, that's amazing. Yeah, I caught that. I didn't catch that one because it was going too much, but I felt it. And I caught it back again. That's crazy, man. Yeah, this is like a million times better than the previous setup. This is more like what I was expecting. Yeah, this is honestly, it is. It's mind-blowing. It's mind-blowing. But it just shows you something, right? The settings are super important. If you don't get those settings right, you just like lose all that fidelity. Whereas now, I just feel like I know what the car's doing all the time. It's crazy. Huh? What's that? It's a shame, dear, but that camera's not on right now. Let me turn it on for you. There you go. Now the camera's on. Do it again, but let the camera focus. You want it roughly in the... That's it. It's going to come into focus when it gets near the middle. Now it's in focus. That genuinely looks funny. It's like I'm in the background blurred out driving and all you can see is like this dog in front of the camera. Yeah, this is amazing. This is more like what I hoped direct drive would be. This is fantastic now. This is so good. That's just nuts. Even like, I can't describe this, but that last corner then, that fast left turn, the point where you back off the throttle, because I'm running like full fuel, the point where you back off the throttle just to make it go around that corner, you feel the car do this, like lunge around. And if you back off the throttle too much, you can feel that it's about to just give on you. So you can put a bit of throttle back in or turn a bit of steering out again and just, I don't know. It's just crazy. You just know what the car's doing. It's crazy how it works. It's like a magician. Well, I never tried the Fanatec DD, but I can tell you that this is so much better than the CSW. I can tell you that. And I can tell you that Alex should get his credit card out right now and order his direct drive. No, but it really is amazing. Are there any other settings that I should tune in now, or is that it? Because right now this feels properly cool. Wow. I almost feel like I can feel the springs on the car. When the car's body, I almost feel like I can feel by the steering what the springs are doing in the car. I've just never experienced that before. It just feels so alive, so detailed. It's crazy. Even that, I could feel that as well. Oh, wow. You missed the settings. What the settings changed to make it right? So, okay. I want to be in that view there. And we want that there. Right, so basically, and this is all thanks to you guys, you know, and Sim Gamer Nerd, like, I could have been here for days trying to get this. So basically you want this on 100%, which obviously means arm braking torque, but back in iRacing, you tell it that's 25 Newton meters, and then when you click this stupid thing that shouldn't be clickable, slide that to 70, make sure these are on 0, and then the real magic comes in. I chose bump stop medium, but that's only to do with full lock. The real magic comes in by turning these off and then turning all this off. Like, once you just turn all this off for iRacing, and it may work differently in a different sim, I don't know, like in Assetto it may be different again, but this setup here feels incredible. Depends on the car, that's why I use custom controls in iRacing. So what exactly, so give me an example of that, Sim Gamer Nerd. When you go to a different car, are you changing the true drive settings, or do you leave this alone now, and then in the car you might just, because I know the Ferrari compared to the Porsche, for example, like it's all in iRacing now. GT3 around 70-ish. Yeah, I was going to say, because some cars you have to dial this up and down a bit, don't you? Because they're really stiff to turn the wheel, and others are just really lightweight. But is this pretty much all you play around with for a different car now? I'm going to click that. Global setting been changed. Save changes to global. Yes. So that now, if I correct, if we go to setup, Ferrari 488. Ah, there you go, control. So it now puts the joystick calibration and controls in here. But does that mean? Oh, you don't see that. Not GTE. Okay. Oh, was I in the? I thought I'm in the GT3. GTE, sorry. I'm in the GT3. No. I am in the GTE. Did just save that? I'm in the GTE. Pectac, thank you for 25 months. But here's my question, right? So what about these controls here, are they still global? All this is still global. And then what about look left, look right, things like that? Does they need remapping? Because looking at the file, it's created a controls.cfg and it's created a joystick calibration, which implies you can calibrate the pedals and everything differently for a different car. Everything is car specific. Yikes. Okay, so my other question then is, could you take, let's say I mapped a bunch of buttons here and then went and drove the RSR. Could I take these files and copy them into the RSR folder and use that as my starting point so I don't have to remap buttons everywhere? Because what I don't like is if you've got this turned on and then decide you want a different button for something, you're going to have to copy that. Like, you're going to have to set that up everywhere in every car. El Plagiato, thank you for 23 months. Which is a bit nasty. Isn't it just easier to come in and just change that for each car? That's an upgrade me and my SimCube tail waiting for GSI Will to arrive, so I have lots of fun as well. Noise. Yeah, I think I'll stick with that for now. Do you have the Dallara IndyCar? I have the LMPs, if that's what you mean. Not sure if I drive the IndyCar now. Next problem is I have nothing on my display here, and I don't know why. I'm wondering why this is not talking to iRacing properly. iRacing is configured to output data by default. No extra configuration is necessary. See, I don't know how we get this working. The best track is Sebring to test direct drive. Oh, because it's just stupidly bouncy. All right, we'll go to Sebring then. I wonder why it's not getting data from iRacing. Did I read iRacing added a setting for LCD wheels? Might not be for this wheel though. I don't think that's a problem. Yeah, it seems to be connected to iRacing, and yet it's not pulling through the telemetry. I mean, SimHub can get it, so I can't see why it doesn't get it. Yeah, I restarted iRacing. Put that one away for now. It's just this. Like, if you click Start Test Data, that's not changing now. I'm going to kill it and restart it. Yeah, I don't know, Crow Daddy. I need to read more about it. I've never used it before. I think I broke this. Close. Well, a full PC restart won't help the stream, I can tell you that much. This is behaving in a weird way right now. It's almost as if this hardware is not talking to this software properly. Maybe I'll disconnect it. See if it does anything. Just turn it off and on again. It could be SMT, but that particular hub I've never had any issues with. And it has all my equipment plugged into it. Can't rule it out, but I don't think it's that. Okay, it's just reading. I think maybe it just got itself into a mess. Okay. Don't think I have a setup for Sebring. Could use Watkins. It just came up and said 48.9% brake bias on there. This has changed. Okay, this is working. Yeah, it's working now. Yeah, I'm getting the whole LED thing going on now. Getting all the telemetry. I guess I just literally had to turn it off and on again. Full tire high. Oh, that's... I tell you, when you go into like a 90-degree side drift, you really feel the force feedback. Yeah, I don't know what these side lights are for yet. I guess you can just configure them in the software to do something, but I don't know. I need to look at what the manual says for what they think you should use it for. Because, oh, traction control ABS. Yeah, it could be actually. It could be an indicator of traction control kicking in. I think this setup is completely wrong. Sebring. The side lights can show flags. Traction control, ABS. I wonder if they're set up by default. Okay, that's froze. This thing is completely frozen now. Yeah, that's a bit worrying. It worked fine, and now it's completely just gone nope. That's not good. I wonder if it's this thing, like, needs a firmware update or something. I wonder how you update that on the wheel. Do they rely on this software to update it, do you think? Because that doesn't seem right, does it? Or is it this software that's hanging? Because when you go to close it, it just hangs. I think there was a, if I remember, there was like a beta version of this that you could download. Let's have a look. UGC Manager Guide, UGC beta versions. Yeah, that's it, Masiek. It might well have a set like that. I've not seen anything update that. Which I don't know if this software is meant to be the thing that updates it or have to do something else. Don't think it mentioned it in the manual. It just says it needs this tool to customize and configure options. It doesn't say anything about updating it. Maybe the Cube Control website has some information. Look at which guide pups the Look, this thing just keeps crashing. Get kill. That software keeps crashing. Main screen. Nothing can be modified, blah, 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 blah. So this is presumably where you can configure the different LEDs to come on at different RPMs for each car, kind of thing. But it doesn't mention updating that. I'm trying to download on the 4th of June 21 download here. Let's try that. It did say do not use a USB extension cable, and a USB hub is basically an extension cable of sorts. Not strictly, no. It kind of is, but in theory, a hub should be a bit smarter about it. But trying to get that lead over there is never going to work. And I'd have to find 2 ports on the back of the PC that I'm not using. Okay, so I don't know if it's overwritten. What was there before? It's the version it thinks it is. It should be 1.67748. Which it is. Okay, it's flashing. I can't move the window yet. It's kind of flashing, synchronizing with that. I think that thing might be hung. It says it's ready. But it doesn't show it anymore. But that's the right version number, the beta version. But this doesn't seem right. Let's give this a bounce now. Picked it up now. Brightness up and brightness down. If I make a wheel mapping for this, I should do the brightness and then do page up, page down, save. Flippin' heck. Toggle data output on each game by clicking on the data output button. Enabled equals data is outputting, disabled not outputting. Info data is controlled by the game. You know about this, pups? You know about clicking this? They're disabled, that says info, which sounds to me like I'm receiving information. Data output is controlled by the game. Keep it on info and don't change it. I don't think I have changed it. Okay, so that's now adjusting the brightness. And that's now going through the pages. Oh my god. That is wicked. Can you guys see that? Hang on. You might be able to see more here. If I go like that, I then get last sector times, and God knows what else, brake temperatures and everything else, what position I'm in. And then if I go to the next one, it's got driver position, pole squirrel, lap time, differential. That's pretty cool. Like if this thing stops crashing, this will actually be pretty good. Yeah, I need to look at layouts, pups. Yeah, let's see how long we go before it crashes again. Oh god, this is so bumpy. And that car. is so unstable. That setup's completely wrong for Sebring. Probably needs more rear wing and stuff. Watkins. I don't really have a setup for Sebring, so this is going to be rough. Every car will feel different. Dude, the entire course feels different. It's just pretty incredible. Yikes, that's tough. I tell you what, there's an incentive. There's an incentive not to go off-roading on this thing, because that force feedback is properly Russian. Use the baseline setup. I might try a baseline actually. Actually, how do you get back to baseline? Baseline, maximum downforce, medium downforce. Let's try that. Yeah, I'm on the wrong camera again. Should be on that camera. That's it. How's that? Oh my god, that'll break your arms. That's too powerful. When you hit things, it is way too powerful. Like, it will just instantaneously turn. That needs to be dialed back a little bit. I'm thinking, you know, like in the software. Yeah, I'm not on about the reasons it spun out. I'm just talking about what happens when you hit something. I'm thinking, you know, having it on maximum force feedback is not the best plan. Yeah, don't play right person. Racing have a setting for off-road hits. Actually, I don't know. Man, it's so smooth and instant. You can just move the wheel and get exactly what you want, and then it'll tell you what's happening. Too much? Yeah, probably. Yeah, if you're going to hit the wall, just take your hands off the wheel. Oh, I've overcooked it. I can't hear what the car's doing because I've got the headset on. Probably should put it. Hey Pops, has Alex bought one yet? God. Hey Network, how you doing? Don't think this has crashed yet, so that's a good sign. Maybe that version I had was just broken. Maybe the beta version is better now. Although it does appear to have changed paint. Good night, Crowd Danny. It changes page 1 right, okay. So it automatically detects you going into the pits and then changes it to a pit information display. That's pretty cool. Yep, first GD. I have to say, I'm pretty impressed. Come from a belt-driven CSW. And the fidelity is just unbelievable. You don't realise what you're missing. You don't realise the information that you get. Oh, it's hella pricey. Hella pricey. It really is. There's no getting around that. But as an experience, you can't really beat it. I think I need to find my Torx thing and just adjust that pattern now. I also need to think about button mappings. Like, there's so many buttons here. What do you map to what? Cut that a bit. Makes me wonder. Andres, have you ever done that, mate? I've done that many years ago. Pasted my password into an IRC check because it was in the copy buffer and not something else. I've literally done that. And the first thing you do is like, oh no, we're gonna have to go and change my password. Can you change the colour of the rim buttons? Don't think so. You put stickers on. Oh, you mean these lights? Actually, I don't know. I'll have to have a look if the software will let you. Some of them are supposed to flash. Like if you press this for a pit stop, it said it would flash, but it doesn't.